Coconut, summertime, and an expensive cologne fragrance. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. Today we're going to be talking about some of the latest drops from French Avenue. We've got a couple of the ones that I might be a little late to the show for, and I'll tell you guys exactly why. So we've got Veneno Black. There is a white one I'll be talking about soon. We got Coconut Leche. I lost my bottle. I was rocking the hell out of this one when I first moved. Opus Grande, and one of the, personally, I love this, a banger for the summertime, an equestrian series, Pierce. So let's start things off with the one that I have most experience with, which is this Coconut Leche. It comes in a big ass box, and inside you have a smaller fragrance. And the smaller fragrance smells like coconut milk and tonka bean. It's unisex, it's ambery, it's sexy, has a little bit of a fresh aspect to it, or really a tropical aspect to it that just takes you in the realm of a fresher vibe. It's not like straight up vanilla, milky, you know, you'd think like winter time. No, this will work for like summer nights, spring, and really all year round. I personally loved rocking this one, and when I was rocking it was more so during the winter time. In fact, this kind of reminds me of like that tonka bean style of DNA that's creamy and frothy you'll find in like JPGs. It's not, in my opinion, inspired by a JPG fragrance, but it does smell like it could be in that vein. So ladies and gentlemen, this will work. It's not your run-of-the-mill, just straight up lotion vibes. It has sweetness to it, and I personally believe that it's one of, if not the top, when it comes to coconut fragrances in that price point. So if you like coconut or you don't know, that's the one to go with, because a lot of other cheaper coconuts literally just smell like lotion. Simple as that. Longevity for this one, in my experience, has given me anything from 7 to 8 hours, and that was like a total of about 6 to maybe 10 or 12 sprays. Moving on to the next one is Opus Grande. This one is the white one. I personally love the Magnum, Opus Magnum, and that one is inspired by Royal Tobacco by Amouage, and for the price, it gets respectably close. Obviously, it's not a $300+ fragrance like the original, and so for that reason, certain naturals can't be achieved, but if you want to know what it smells like, which has tobacco, a lot of these aromatics and spices as well, have a very Middle Eastern oriented scent profile that's around tobacco, also has fenugreek, etc. That's a great one to get into and you know, figure out whether or not you like that scent profile. I will say that Royal Tobacco is still worthy of getting from Amouage. Like I said, the level of naturals are different. This one smells like and is inspired by Greenwich Village. Now that's a scent profile that's a little bit easier in regards to like how it's composed. You've got musks, you've got some vanillas, and maybe a lychee and some kind of fruity accord. This does get pretty damn close. The scent profile in itself, I'm not the craziest about Greenwich Village because of its lack of complexity, at least to my nose. And this leads the way into more affordable fragrances that can do a pretty good job at getting close to something like that. So if you like that fruity, gummy, lychee, musky, and vanilla, you will enjoy this one. I get a lot of requests, believe it or not, for Greenwich Village. If you like those vibes, check out Opus Grande. It's much cheaper. The scent profile in itself gets really close, and I can respect the vibe. I do get it. I remember smelling Greenwich Village initially when I was first getting into niche fragrances and liking it, but not enough to drop that kind of cash. Well, now you really don't have to. The quality of this is really high. If you don't know what Greenwich Village is and you just grab this, it's not like the wow, you know, show-stopping scent profile, but personally, value for money, I believe it's absolutely there and worth the price tag when it comes to the comparisons at that. Moving on to another fragrance is called Veneno. French Avenue is leading in terms of the quality with their fragrances, you guys. It's very evident. Just grab a couple of brands and do your tests yourselves. You can see this for yourself, literally. So with this Veneno, you'll see the presentation on this is pretty high-end as well. And the bottle itself looks, I mean, there's a lot of attention paid to detail here. You got these serpents on the front. On the back, you have it engraved with some texture finish to it as well. French Avenue on the bottom. The cap itself snaps onto place, and the atomizer is pretty damn good. I could smell this without even spraying it. And this is the first time I opened this. This is inspired by Killian's Hot Smoke, and that in itself is inspired by hookah tobacco, double apple hookah, basically. And I'm not proud of it, but I did a lot of hookahing in the past, and specifically with double apple, to the point where it was like, it started to give me headaches. You know, when you do too much of a good thing or a bad thing, or too much of anything really is a bad thing. And that's kind of what ended up happening with me, to the point where I started getting migraines and headaches, and that's kind of what I get. Then that's why I'm like, you know, the relationship for me with hookah is not a good one. But there are so many people that love this scent profile. I think the quality is immaculate. It's right there with niche quality stuff, and the presentation as well. And I know a lot of people love this scent profile. And I want to say that even miles above certain quality of other dupes that are doing this or have done this at a lower quality. If you're a stickler for quality and you haven't already gotten those scent profiles or your nose on some of the other ones, Veneno is worth the upgrade for sure. I have a couple of the other ones like Mashrabia. While that one is a good one, you can sense the increase in quality, which reflects a little bit on the price point. But if if the difference is around 10 to 12 bucks, it's worth the upgrade. But still, that fragrance in itself is still not bad either. Moving on to the last one is an Equestrian series Pierce. And these look like they're all inspired by PDMs. This one specifically is Perseus, one of the first, actually, it's not one of the first to get this close. And more specifically is because of the ambergris or the ambroxan quality in this one. It's damn near niche. Like the quality of this and Perseus, you put them side by side, you can sense a little bit more of this tart nature that you'll get with Perseus, but it's literally a little bit. When you put them side by side, it's like 90% close. I would say 85 to 90% close. And what you're losing more so is just going to be that slightly enhanced photo recreation or photorealistic recreation of the woods like vetiver, brittle woods, also having that tart, slight edge towards a salty vibe and citruses. This one, it's like a very close shadow of it, 85 to 90% close. If you're not a fan of vetiver though, and grapefruit, this one is considered challenging, like Terre d'Hermes vibes, etc., except it's a lot more vibrant. I don't think that this is, Terre d'Hermes inspired by, or if you don't like a lot of vetiver scents, it might be one of the easier ones. And PDM does a pretty good job at taking scent profiles that already exist, or like scent profiles that exist, and making their own concentrated and bolder version. I don't think that this stemmed from Terre d'Hermes DNA, but vetiver, it's inevitable. You use a note of vetiver, you're gonna think Terre d'Hermes, you're gonna think Guerlain vetiver, and that's kind of what it's, what happens here. Although I will say that there is a significant difference in between this and those Terre d'Hermes fragrances. This one leaning towards the, ambergris. There's also a little bit more of these aromatics. I believe it might be geranium, etc., and more citruses to this as well, versus just a mandarin. I think it's a pomelo along with grapefruit and the grapefruit accord that comes from some of that vetiver. I personally love this, but then again, it took me some time to get into vetiver. For me, it's like a 9.25. For you, if you don't know, that's where it gets a little challenging. It is a challenging scent profile. It is. Vetiver is a challenging note because it gets close to like grapefruit, and grapefruit is either loved or hated, and that's pretty much it. Like the extent of my like for grapefruit, if you've ever tried Dolce & Gabbana Forever, I don't like it because of the grapefruit. It's just too much. But when you try like vetiver or Terre d'Hermes or some other grapefruit fragrances, like it really just depends. Basically, it depends from scent profile to scent profile, from combination to combination. This is one of the ones that I personally love, along with the Terre d'Hermes version. So if you're looking for some of the hottest fragrances to grab and the newest fragrances to grab, you found the right channel. And for the summertime, this is gonna go down as a banger for the summertime because it's getting warm out there, and it's gonna make it to like some of the top lists when it comes to clones that are worth every penny for the summertime. I mean, think of the counterpart. It's like 250 bucks versus around $50. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Check out shoparomatics.com where you can find a lot of cheap Middle Eastern fragrances, all 100% authentic, straight from the source, and tested by myself. Also, check out some of these websites where you can find niche, designer, and all that good stuff and save you some dough. Aromatics fragrances are now live. The latest edition, X Xandal, is the sexiest vanilla fragrance to launch in 2025. Love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.